need to know and you need to speak your spouse's love language. And I would say that the 5 love languages, there's a book by Gary Chapman called The 5 Love Languages.
Yep. Shout out to Gary Chapman.
Shout out to Gary Chapman. We had a mentor here in Omaha. He was a pastor at our church, and he was teaching and said, if you're not familiar with the 5 love languages, you need to get this book and read it.
Yeah.
And I would say it was revolutionary in our marriage. I don't think Brian would actually say that, but
I think I would.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the 5 love languages are gifts, physical touch, acts of service, quality time, and words of affirmation. And the way you give and receive love boils down to one of those 5 ways.
Right.
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, and you tend to give love in the way that you actually receive love. And what you really need to work on and focus on is understanding what your spouse or significant other, what their love language is, so that you can provide that. So let's give an example.
Okay.
So what are your top 2 love? I know them, but I'm going to let you
Very
say
good.
What are
Thank
your
you,
top
honey.
2 love languages?
My 2 top love languages are gifts and physical touch. And
so for me, it's important that I know that so that I can, when I need to show her some level of attention or affection, I know that if I'm putting my hand on her shoulder like that, she could do that to me and it's fine, but it's not going to necessarily make me feel more loved. But if I'm doing this to her and putting my hand on her shoulder, and if you're listening instead of watching, I'm putting my hand on her shoulder, then you are going to feel more love. That's significant to you.
Yes. And your top 2 love languages are?
Quality time and words of affirmation.
Which are my 2 lowest.
So like she could give a rip if she spends any time with me. But it's my love language, so that's how I feel loved. So she forces herself on occasion to spend a little time with me so that I feel loved. And then words of affirmation are another one for me, which is pretty self-explanatory. And, for her gifts, we always joke because it's like if I need her to feel love, I just got to buy her something. All she's got to do with me is sit on the couch and watch a show together. I'm a lot cheaper date.
No, but gifts, it doesn't have to be some monstrous gift. It could be like a little gift.
Yeah, that's actually a good point to make.
So,
and I think I would go back to what you said originally. I'm kind of surprised you didn't think that I thought that was sort of transformative in our marriage. Because I definitely did.
100%. I would say it helped our marriage 100%.
Yeah. I mean, I think with any relationship, in fact, I remember I even did a corporate deal where I talked about in people leadership, understanding how people feel appreciated. And in that case, it's not necessarily love, but it's appreciated. And what we figured out is that actually translates not just from a marital relationship, but any kind of relationship, understanding how people feel and relate to being appreciated or loved, etc.
Friends, kids, family members.
I think there's even a separate book for kids.
Yeah, there is,
that
actually.
They wrote.
Yeah. So the 5 love languages, I think, and learning how to speak your spouse's love language was kind of high on my list, actually.